What's up, fam of Liberty and everyone else just stumbling across this channel for your first time? It's your boy BigSarge, or the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. Today we're going to talk about dealing with ICE, or La Migra. I know there's a lot of memes going around with comments about telling ICE and police, no, I don't know anyone that's undocumented, etc., etc. Whilst this is a cute answer, I want to point out that we all know that you don't know shit. Yeah, I might be trying to poke fun, but whilst you don't know shit, you need to be very careful at interacting with police. So first and foremost, my advice to you in interacting with ICE or the cops is shut the fuck up. And if you do feel compelled to say something, you never want to say anything to police that can be used against you or community members that you think you're trying to protect. So here are some general pro tips and script guidelines for dealing with police. Disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, nor have I ever played one on TV, but I am a former sheriff's deputy, although this still doesn't constitute or qualify as legal advice. So if the police or the feds or ICE or whatever, we'll just call them cops to make things simple. If the cops come to your home, completely ignore them. Do not speak to them, nothing. Don't say a single word. Ignore them entirely until they leave. Keep your curtains and your blinds closed. Don't go running around the house making noise. Don't peek out of the blinds. Don't silhouette yourself. Don't turn lights on or off. Do absolutely nothing, because the slightest change to your environment signals that you're home. If the cops scream through the door that they have a warrant, you can confirm this by saying, if you have a warrant, please produce it. If you have a Ring camera, do not open the door. Instead, tell them to please produce the warrant at the Ring camera. If you have a front window, ask them to produce it at the window. Don't open the door. One of two things will happen at this point. They either produce a warrant or they don't. If they don't produce one, say, I do not consent to searches, please leave the property, and then shut the fuck up. Not one single additional word. Walk away from your door. Now, be advised, they'll still attempt to try to get you to talk. They'll say things like, we have some questions, or we need to speak with you. They'll say anything that they can to scare you into opening your door. Once that door is open, the door is open, proverbially and literally speaking. Once your door is open, then they can engage with you, and if they happen to look into your house, they can use that as pretext to, I need to enter your premises because I have suspicion that a crime is being committed or some other cockamamie bullshit, and then they'll just walk right in. Don't open the fucking door, and otherwise do not engage, period. Not one other word than, I do not consent to any searches, please leave my property, and then walk away from the door. If you are stopped on the street or you intervene in a stop of someone else on the street because you're a good Samaritan, don't produce identification. They'll tell you to produce identification. They'll threaten you, but you do not have to produce identification for a consensual encounter with the police. And remember that consent can be revoked. So then you say, I do not consent, we do not consent to speaking with you. Am I or are we being detained? Am I or are we free to go? If they say you're free to go, walk away, shut the fuck up. Gwen Stefani, don't speak. Don't say a word, just walk away. If they respond that you are being detained, then this is no longer a voluntary consensual stop, and it's what's called a Terry stop. But you still don't have to produce identification, because for a Terry stop, they must have reasonable, articulable suspicion that you either committed a crime, are in the process of committing a crime, or you're about to commit a crime. So you say, I do not consent to speaking with you. Please elaborate what I'm being detained for. So in that case, you say, we do not consent to speak with you. Please elaborate what I am or we are being detained for. If the officer can't explain to you clearly what crime you're being detained for, you don't have to produce identification. So do not produce identification. Let them say whatever the fuck they want. They're probably lying to you. Don't provide identification. Some things to remember. Looking suspicious is not a crime, especially if they can't articulate what you're suspicious looking about. If they say that you resemble someone that they're looking for, tell them, no, I don't. Who are you looking for? What's their name? Where do they live? Because existing in a public space is not a crime, and they probably can't answer those questions. If they say, I just want to check your documentation status, that's not reasonable suspicion that you have or that you are committing a crime. They will continue to demand your ID, and they'll say that you legally have to produce it. They will lie to you and threaten you. They will scare you. Pro tip, cops are in fact allowed to lie to you. For all you sex workers out there asking your clients if they're a cop, cops are allowed to lie to you. If they cannot articulate a crime that you have or that you are or that you will commit, then you can say, you have not articulated what crime I'm being suspected of, therefore I do not consent to speaking with you. I do not consent to searches. Am I being detained or am I free to go? Period. The goal of the officer will be to get you talking because they want to frustrate you, they want to trip you up, they want to lie to you, they want to say or do anything to get you to talk. Do not say any other words other than what's in this script. The more that you talk, the more that you will potentially incriminate yourself or say something that they can use as incriminating, even if it's not actually incriminating. So do not say one single word other than what I'm telling you. Repeat it as much as necessary, but don't say anything else. Just keep repeating over and over, I do not consent to speaking with you. And remember, just like sex, consent can be revoked. Am I being detained or am I free to go? And you have not articulated what crime I'm being suspected of, and I do not consent to searches. Now, if the officer demands to search your person for officer safety, you say, I do not consent to searches, and you put your arms above your head. Do not fight the cop as they search your pockets. They do have a right during a Terry stop to frisk you for weapons to ensure officer safety, but you need to make it clear, I do not consent to searches, so that if they find anything other than weapons that might be illegal, it will be harder for them to use that against you in a court of law. Keep repeating that phrase. Never for any reason ever consent to a search. If you know or you feel that the police are about to escalate to violence if you don't comply, then you say, I do not consent to searches, but do not resist. If during a frisk the cop asks you, what's this? Shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter if it's something as mundane as a quarter or deck of cards, you shut the fuck up. You don't say what it is. You say nothing until the frisk is over. Now here's an important note for those of you like me who have a weapons carry permit or a concealed carry permit, and you may be carrying a concealed pistol. Check your state laws about what duty to report laws may apply to you. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. If the cop notices that you're carrying, don't say a word, but also make sure you have your permit on you. Don't touch your weapon. If the cop tells you to take it off, keep your hands raised and say, I do not feel safe touching my weapon at your command. I would prefer that I keep my hands raised and that you or someone else remove it whilst I remain in this position. It's the job of your lawyer to talk to the police and the courts. That's what they do. Your job is to shut the fuck up. The less you say, the more power your lawyer has. Why do you think OJ got away with murder? Because he didn't fucking testify. Never consent to any encounter, searches, or questions to police, but do not resist physically if violence is imminent. Say nothing but this script over and over until 1, they say you're free to go, or 2, they arrest you. If you are arrested, you immediately say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, even if they haven't Mirandized you, and then you shut the fuck up. Don't speak. Don't say another word other than I want to speak with an attorney. When you get to the station, shut the fuck up. Don't speak. Don't talk to other prisoners. Don't talk to cops. Don't talk to anybody in there except your attorney. The only words you should be saying are, I want to speak with an attorney. Those are the only words that should come out of your mouth from the moment that you're arrested until the moment that you've spoken to your attorney. Never, for any reason ever, waive your right to an attorney and interview with or make a statement to the police without a lawyer present that has informed you on what you should and should not say before the interview. Here's why sticking to the script is vital. It's the job of the police to get you to snitch on yourself and others. That's their job. They have the right to lie to you, and you do not have the right to lie to them. The police are not your friends. They are not there to help you. They will not make things better for you if you confess or snitch on someone else. Their job is to catch you in a lie or scare you into incriminating yourself or others, and to put human beings in a cage. That's their job. They're very good at their jobs. Most, if not all, training academies across this country have this down to a science. Most of them do a very good job at instilling a culture of us versus them. The Miranda rights are very clear. Anything you say can and will be used against you. If you say, I don't know any immigrants, or I didn't see nothing, I didn't do nothing, and the police arrest someone in your neighborhood, then they can now come at you for obstruction and lying to a police officer, which is illegal. Say, for example, they pulled footage or they got consent to pull footage from your neighbor's Ring camera, or there's a camera on a stoplight, or one of 100,000 cameras that we pass every single day. Say that they see you talking to the target that they're looking for. You're now facing charges. So please shut the fuck up. Stick to the script, give them absolutely nothing, and above all, stay safe. That's my time for today. Fuck the police, all cops are bastards. Also, fuck the U.S. government, bunch of fascist, jackbooty Gestapo thugs, and fuck Donald Trump, a.k.a. Velveeta Voldemort, Pumpkin Spice Palpatine, Putin's cockholster. 2 claps and a Rick. Woo! And now it's time for the throw punch!